and roll, Chicago. Rock and roll, Chicago, my hometown. Well, I was born in the city, gonna rock your city, Chicago. Chicago rock and rollers are the best you're ever around.
Hey, this is Paul Martin
And Ray the Roadie.
for the Rock and Roll Chicago podcast. How you doing today, Ray?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm just sitting here. I'm rolling with the changes.
Oh, nice.
No. All you guys are thinking that's REO Speedwagon. Well, guess what? It's not. You know
not.
who it is, don't you, Paul?
I do.
Who is this?
It's the Millennials. They're on the cover story CD from the Illinois Rock and Roll Museum. And yeah, you can check them out on the cover story CD.
That's right. They sound great. And boy, they are some great people, man. They
Some
got
young kids.
They are young kids. Young adults. Young adults.
Why do you suppose they call themselves the Millennials?
I don't know. I don't know.
What does that mean anyway? Is that one of your words of the day?
No, you know what? It's way too big for my calendar's only so big. It's
I see. Millennials too big of a word?
It's too big of a word, yeah.
I see.
Yeah, too big. I mean, you can get a bigger calendar which would have that on there, but no, not my calendar.
It only has like cat and dog.
Cat, dog, exactly.
Cow.
Cow,
Gotcha.
moo, bow wow.
Okay. Well, the Millennials, we're not sure why they call themselves that.
Maybe because they are.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe. Either that or they like Millennial Park downtown Chicago.
It could be too.
That could be it too.
But they're a group of young adults who can really rock it out, and they rock it out to the classic rock.
It's classic rock, which is always great.
It's very cool. Very cool. Let's get to them and find out what they're all about.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Today we're speaking with Mike Henehan. Henehan. Okay, sorry
All
about
the
that.
same.
And Lindsay Kent of the band the Millennials. How you guys doing today?
Good. How are you?
We're doing well. Doing well.
Thanks for
having
coming.
us.
Thanks for coming out. It's a cold, snowy day, and you guys still made it out here. We appreciate it.
No, thank you for having us.
So tell us a little bit about the band. You guys are young, if you don't mind me saying, because we're old, so we can say that. So tell us. I'm very interested in the music that you guys play because of how young you are. But tell us a little bit about the band and how you got started. First of all.
So the band really started when I was about 15 years old. So that's 5 years ago. Me and the current drummer started it with a group of our friends. We just wanted to play more shows. We just wanted to get out there. We wanted to play the music that we loved. We wanted to play rock music, classic rock music that we grew up on,
Yeah.
So we just decided to enter a couple Battle of the Bands here and there. We started practicing more, building up our audience. Eventually, we started adding more members, and I think we're at our peak right now, just kind of playing as much music as we can. We got 30 plus shows this summer, and we're just really focusing in on making the best show that we can do.
I think it's awesome that you're playing, some of the classic rock, as opposed to I don't know if you do any current stuff.
A couple. We like to keep it interesting for our friends
Yeah.
who aren't as into classic rock as we are, but most definitely the base of it is classic rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it all came from your folks, huh?
Our parents, they're our inspiration for real.
Yeah.
That's what we grew up listening to. I just remember listening to Led Zeppelin and, Bon Jovi was huge. Obviously, my mom was a huge fan of Bon Jovi, but
What mom
we're strong
wasn't?
influence.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, what mom wasn't exactly?
We're really passionate about rock music. It's the best music to play. What else would you want to do?
So you said yourself and who started the band? Which guy?
And the drummer.
The drummer,
Jonathan.
Jonathan. Okay. And now you said you were 15 when you started the band.
Yeah,
right?
we were 15 and 14 years old.
Now, had you been playing guitar for a while, taking lessons from a younger age, or?
I've had a box guitar from when I was 3 years old. I've always had a guitar in my hands, but I didn't seriously start playing until about middle school because I heard I could pick up girls that way.
And
So
then
yeah,
I
I
was
did
away.
take lessons.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I did start taking lessons, and I just eventually.
That's the same
started
reason I
picking up.
picked up a guitar.
That's why any of us picked up the guitar in the first place. That's the truth.
So, Lindsay, you you became a lead vocalist to pick up girls too?
You know,
She's successful too. She's
yeah,
successful.
no, I did not. I got cut from the volleyball team. That's kind of how I decided. I was like, oh, so sports aren't my thing. Got to find something else.
Okay.
And I found School of Rock, and that kind of.
Okay.
They just were like, hey, I really wanted to drum. That was my big thing. I was like, I want to drum. I want to be loud. I want to be obnoxious. As if I'm not already that, just singing. But no, I did. And when I went there, they were like, hey, you ever heard of Adele? And I was like, yeah, who hasn't heard of Adele? And they were like, okay, Rolling in the Deep, you're going to sing it. And I was like, okay. And that's just kind of how it happened there. And I know a lot of us did start there, but
Now, how old were you when you started
I
doing
was
it?
in middle, but I started singing when I could start talking.
Yeah.
Like I said, be as loud as I could be, as obnoxious as I could be from a young age. But most definitely, I took it serious starting in middle school.
Now, did you all go to the same school or no?
No.
No? How'd you find each other?
Interestingly enough, we were playing a show one time, just me with the original band, and Lindsay opened up for us. And she was dynamite. She was playing with another guitar player, just doing a couple of covers and some original music that she had wrote. And I looked at Jonathan and I was like, we need her. That's who we need on our team. So when the opportunity came up, we had a lead singer take some leave. She had some stuff going on, and Lindsay stepped in, and the rest is history. We've been together ever since.
So you and Jonathan go to the same school or from the same neighborhood or anything?
We're close. We're close enough. We went to the same School of Rock. He ended up going to Hinsdale Central. I'm Lyons Township. We were rivals, of course, but the band has been mostly formed out of the LaGrange, Hinsdale area, and Lindsay's the exception out here in Joliet.
Oh, okay. Now, which School of Rock did you go to?
I went to the School of Rock Hinsdale, as did Jonathan, RJ, and Victor.
I went to Naperville.
Oh, okay.
I was one of the OG Naperville kids.
So the School of Rock really works.
It is what you get out what you put into it. Like
Right.
he said, is they just played shows with them, and then they're like, I want to play more. I want to do this for real. Like, let's take this serious. And I couldn't be more grateful. They really kicked it off. And when I joined, it was just super exciting. They're like, you want to play more shows? And I was like, heck yeah, who doesn't want to play more shows?
Yeah,
Exactly.
You want to play what you want to play. You want to play to bigger crowds. You want to play to. You want to get paid.
Right.
All that stuff. School
Money
of Rock
is
was a
good.
great intro. It was great because they teach you the importance of being on time to a load in and how to do it quickly and set changes and all the important stuff about being in a band. That professionalism is something that they really teach and something that we've been working on ever since. Because when you're young in this, you get looked down upon when you're not knowing what you're doing. If you're going to be an amateur, you're going to be treated like an amateur. We want to be treated like professionals because we act like professionals.
That's great. Because we usually, you and I, we rarely know what the heck we're doing.
We don't know what we're doing today.
We can't even find stuff half the time.
Well, that's very cool. Now, I know that the School of Rock on the Grange Road, I guess it's Mokina or Frankfurt.
Yeah, it's Mokina over there.
Yeah, I know. I haven't done work with them in particular, but they sent out a band one time to open up for my band, and it was very cool. You know, it's great seeing the kids out there, you know, being able to play. But now you guys have taken it a step further and gone and put your own band together.
Yeah, that's exactly what we did. Is we just took the best group that we had at the School of Rock, and what we didn't like was all the changeover time. And when people would come in and out, you know, they would change. The one guitar player would move to the next spot, and they'd come in and out. We eliminated that, and what we really do is we try and focus in on young people, high energy, and the best music of all time. That's what we always try and put on every show.
Right, that's cool. And you guys now were on the cover story. CD from the museum here,
Yes, yeah.
and you did REO Speedwagon, correct?
Yeah, we did.
Which one was it?
Roll with the change.
Roll with the Changes. Right?
As soon as you are able, woman, I am willing to make the break that we are on the brink of. The cup is on the table, my love is spilling, waiting here for you to take and drink of. So if you were tired of the same old stories, all the times I'm paying
Was that a song that you normally do, or did you have to learn it for the CD?
No, we've been playing that show since that same song since our first show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, REO Speedwagon's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have any original music you guys are doing?
Yeah, we actually do. Just like a week ago, February 1st was our 1-year anniversary of releasing our first original song. It was called Chains. So yeah, we, dabble in the art of writing our own music. No, it was something we had always wanted to do. We just didn't know if our platform was right for it at the time, especially because we were being booked as a cover band. And when people came, they expected the Bon Jovi, the Led Zeppelin, all that type of stuff. And as soon as we started playing our original music, which is based off of the greats, the Led Zeppelins, the REO Speedwagons, Styx, all that, people really liked it. And that was super cool for us because it was real instruments was our basic goal. Is we didn't want anything super electronic. We didn't want anything we couldn't play live and be genuine with. So that was something we had taken from.
No tracks.
No tracks.
No. And no backing tracks, nothing like that. It's all just us. And I mean, obviously I do my own background vocals, if that counts. No, but I mean, if we can't play it live, we didn't want to make things that weren't genuine, something that we couldn't play for people when they came and saw us.
So are you working on anything at the present time?
We have 2 songs out right now. We're always writing.
Lindsay and I spend a good amount of time just kind of writing, whether it be on our own or together. Her and I are currently the focal point of our music, our writing process.
Okay.
It usually just starts with a rhythm that kicks off in my head and will develop into a song. Lindsay's got great lyrics, and we bring it to the rest of the band. We're always thinking of new ideas. Obviously, we just do what we love in our free time, and we just try and do music is our lives. So always.
Yeah.
So we might see something in the near future?
In the near future, I can guarantee it.
You can always mix 1 or 2 of your one of your songs in your set.
Oh, we do that. We definitely play our stuff. We got, like I said, the Chain song that came out. We released a music video over the summer, and it blew up on Facebook. We were super shocked. It was like, I think right now at like 45,000
Wow.
views on the video. And I know we have our next one coming out pretty soon. So we're just trying to get criteria out there that people enjoy and kind of keep our name out there. Because once summer hits, we're back in everybody's faces.
Right.
You know how it is, gig season.
That's right.
When I look in the mirror, I can't see what I've always wanted, but you can know me. I've climbed to the highest tower, been to the deepest seas, but all I ever wanted was to break these chains. I don't wanna wait another moment, honey. Let's break away for this hate. I don't wanna wait until it's perfect, darling. Let's break away.
So summer's here pretty much your busiest time.
Oh, 100%.
You guys aren't doing anything during the winter? Or
We try and keep up with as much as we can. It's a little difficult that we're not 21. You get those bar shows, and a lot of people, although we can play them, they think we can't draw, which is it couldn't be further from the truth with how our audience is older people. It's that anywhere from 40 to 60 kind of range. It's the music that we love to play, and it's the entertainment that we provide for people. But it is difficult to kind of sell ourselves there. That's why we focus in on the summer, and we really try to put together the best, most energetic, intense summers. They're fun. They're 3-4 shows a week, and just absolutely having a blast.
excellent. So you guys are, and some of you guys are in school still too?
Yeah, we're all students as
You're
well.
all students, okay. Studying music?
Some of us are. I am. Out of us 2 right now, I'm studying at Columbia in the City.
Okay.
I'm doing music business.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I study analytics. I do data analytics.
There you go.
Now, who books the band?
My dad is mostly the one in charge of doing the booking and the managing.
He's insane. He's so good at what he does.
Really?
He is. He gets some. See, working with kids is hard because we are kids, but to promote us as adults is hard because they look at a business card and they're like, no, those are kids.
Right.
And then we play their venue and they're like, oh, they're not kids. When you see us play, it's really not. And that's how we're lucky to have somebody like Marty to book shows and help us out, because if we didn't, it would be really hard on our own.
Did your dad play or anything before?
My dad has no music ability whatsoever.
No. He plays the radio?
I mean, he play the radio. He likes to play the drums on his when he's driving. You know, just kind of playing the drums on the dashboard.
Yeah.
But we are so blessed to have our parents be so supportive. We have Pete Tatulis. He's Jonathan's dad. He runs our stage for us. He's always helping out with guitars and equipment and doing the load-ins. He helps us with practices, how to be more professional, teaching us the ins and outs of the industry. You know, we our parents could not be more supportive, and we could not be more blessed.
They're your road crew, huh?
They are.
They are our roadies.
They definitely are. The moms, let me tell you, there's not a crazier group of roadies for any band out there than our moms.
Yeah, our
When you
moms.
come to one of our shows, there's crowds of people dancing. We'll play in front of hundreds of people and there'll be people dancing, but you always can point out our parents.
Yeah, our parents.
You can, especially my mom, she just doesn't care what anybody thinks. It's great. It is
That's
so
awesome.
great.
That's cool.
Doesn't know the words very well after all these years, but she sings them. Let me tell you, whatever she thinks they are.
Whatever's close.
Yeah,
Works, right?
you know, she likes to do the watermelon thing with her mouth where it looks like she's singing words, but it's not real. Yeah, no, they're, like he said, we're extremely blessed. And
The watermelon thing?
where you just say watermelon, but you don't say it, but it has enough syllables where it looks like
looks
you're
like you're
singing
saying
something.
something.
Yeah.
I got to try that sometime. Man.
Yeah, it's all the tricks. It's all the tricks.
Now, are any of your parents, anybody's parents, musically inclined? Or?
Couldn't be farther from that.
Really?
Pete Tatulis, Jonathan's dad, is in a current. He's in Eclipse. They're a
Oh, okay.
Pink Floyd tribute band.
All right.
And they do some really cool stuff.
He's insane.
Oh,
He's a great
yeah.
guitar player, and he's been a
Insane.
mentor for all of us.
Oh,
I think
okay.
he's it, right?
Yeah, he's it. Definitely.
He's our pride and joy parent of music.
Wow. Well, very cool.
So you didn't get your song stylings from your mom, I guess, huh?
I got the type of music from my mom.
Yeah.
Like I said, what mom doesn't love Bon Jovi? No, she's a huge concert goer, so I got that from her. But talent-wise, I love you, Mom, if you hear this. But no, it's
I
kind of
hope she
weird. A lot of
does.
our parents, yeah, Mom, please listen. No, from our parents, it's really just Pete. It's Jonathan's dad. He's insane. He's the one who we are lucky enough to use his house as a rehearsal space because he's got all the cool gear we can mess with.
Yeah.
Very nice, very nice. Okay, so you said you have stuff booked for the summer.
Yeah.
What shows? Will you be playing? Where can we find you?
Me, because I memorized the dates.
Did you?
I'm that. I'm the only girl in the band, so I'm the band mom. I got to make sure
Okay.
everything's
Keeps us in check.
memorized. Working with a group of teenage adult boys, it's the highlight of my life. Let me tell you. No, so our end of July is a lot of really cool ones that I had when I was looking through. We have the 17th, which is Wrigley Field. We're going to go back
Awesome.
to Wrigley Field this year. We played there last year, and it was one of the coolest experiences. I can at least say of my life. I know you can probably say the same, even though I'm a Sox fan. But
That a girl. That a girl.
There you go. There you
But
go.
Am
no.
I the only Cubs fan? Really?
That a girl.
no, but most definitely one of the coolest things we've ever done is playing Wrigley Field. So we're super excited to go back there. Then
Now, what kind of show is that?
what kind of show?
Yeah, I mean, is it
We
out?
play Gallagher Way. So
Yeah.
when people
Oh,
walk
just out
in
there.
and when people come
okay.
out.
All right. That's what I mean.
But let me tell you, there's not a cooler group of people than those Cubs fans. They lost
Yeah.
that day, and I have never seen people party harder
Yeah.
than they did. Let me tell you.
It was definitely an
That's
interesting
because
show.
they lost. That's it.
Yes, we
because
thought
they were
people were
all-
going to be mad and they were just going to leave. Heck no, they were ready to party. They heard some Bob O'Reilly and they were like, "Oh, we are in." No, but we're going to do the 22nd. We are back in LaGrange near Michael. We're doing
Of 20.
June or July. July. And then at the end of July, the 31st, we are at Rosemont, which is another new one for us. It's right near like the Sugar Factory and that big mall, that big open grass
Fashion
area.
outlets.
Sure. Sure. Is that a
that'll be
Thursday
really
night gig?
On their concert series.
In there? Yeah. That's
I know it's their concert series, so if it's normally Thursday night, then probably.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think they are Thursday nights.
Come on, you caught me not
Yeah,
memorizing
yeah,
my days.
well,
I'm gonna get yelled at when I'm
Well,
done.
no,
You're
no,
gonna get
no.
tricked,
The
you
only
know?
reason I asked it because I played that at a Thursday night.
Oh, you did? Really?
How was it?
It's very cool.
We're super
Well, you got
excited.
like 5,000 people there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you
And
ever
then-
played Burridge? Burridge is another cool one we
Oh,
played
yeah?
last year and we're coming back to. It's insane. People, it's like the Burridge Mall.
Right.
The outdoor right there. People come and like at like 9 a.m. and set their chairs down and then come back at night because they're trying to reserve their spot. That was a couple thousand people. That was insane.
Another good
Where's
show.
their mall in Burr Ridge?
right off the highway.
Oh.
I think it's right off of Cass.
Yeah.
I've been there.
yeah.
I've
Okay.
been there. I
Yeah,
think
right
it's
off the Cass. It's
right.
right by the Lifetime Fitness, kind of just their shopping area.
Yeah.
Note to self, check out.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It is such a cool venue. Yeah. And like I said, that was just like our little cluster in July that I think is going to be really cool. Of course, we're going to play Eyes to the Skies this year on 4th of
Lyle-
July.
Lyle
Yeah.
Fest,
Yeah.
Just book Burger Fest.
Yeah. In
So,
Roscoe
Burger
Village. In
Cool.
Chicago.
Nice.
So, yeah. And then all through our big months are June, July, and the beginning of August. Those
Okay.
really are packed with concerts in the park and festivals and events. And we're playing a St. Patrick's Day thing March 7th at Cheers in Midlothian.
Oh yeah, sure.
Oh, okay.
So,
We got some stuff on the books.
yeah.
Cool.
You can find it on our Facebook or any of that good stuff.
Now you mentioned earlier before we started that you were talking about a couple of the guys are in Nashville, right?
Yeah. We got a couple of the boys in Nashville. They're studying at Belmont.
Oh,
They're
okay.
doing. They'll tell me if I'm wrong, but I believe one of them is doing music business and the other is doing journalism now.
Journalism.
Oh, I
Yes.
see.
So,
So
they're
he
doing
can
some
write
stuff
about
like
us.
Are they playing it all in Nashville or no?
that. Yeah, the drummer's doing some things. He's always trying to find some friends, just anyone to play with. You know us.
Sure.
You know musicians. We're always
He
just
said
looking
he's
for
always
each other.
trying to find some friends.
Yeah. So,
Always just looking for some people to play music with.
I don't have any
Networking.
friends. I need some friends.
networking, right? There's networking.
No,
Right.
most definitely. People think when you learn like, oh, networking, that it's annoying or that people are going to think you're annoying, but it's really cool. Especially like because I go to an art school, is meeting other people and getting to like. There's actually a couple of my friends from Columbia coming to jam with us this weekend at a rehearsal. It's really cool when you get to meet people outside of the band. Like, don't get me wrong, our core band is when we're all together. It's an unbelievable show. But sometimes just jamming with other people for the heck of it, it's really cool. The networking and the just everything.
Now, how'd you get tied in with Ron in the museum to do that?
Ron.
We got tied in with Ron because Ron's the best sound man we've ever worked with, and that's the honest to God truth.
Yeah.
Is
we have
Ron
been,
here?
I think he had out.
Oh no, you could stop now. He's gone.
Never mind.
No, I'm playing.
No, really, he was about 3 years ago. We were playing some really small festival, and he came out, and he was so professional. And
He was running the sound.
yeah, he was
He
running our
took us
sound.
serious, and he was one of the first people to take us serious, and that's what we needed.
Yeah.
We've been working with him ever since because not every venue provides sound. So anytime
Right.
we need that sound, we always go to Ron. He is
Right.
our number one guy. He's our first call every time because he's the greatest guy, if not the best audio technician we've worked with as well. So
Most
Right.
definitely. He's fun to work with. And like I said, when he takes us serious, it's so much easier. When we're not being looked down upon, when we're being treated as professionals, the show goes so much better. And Ron came in and treated us with as much respect as anyone has ever done.
So that's how you got tied in with doing the song, the REO Speedwagon song.
Yeah,
Exactly, yeah.
He heard it at a show.
Nice.
yeah. Yes.
we're always looking out to be on the next CDs that he wants to put out. So we're
Yeah.
Yeah, we
obviously
added
there's
some sticks for him.
There's so many great Illinois artists to pick from. It's not even hard. It's not even hard to find a song for him.
Right.
Most definitely, Illinois is a plethora of music between rock and even blues.
Yep.
Across the board, really. Across the board.
Definitely,
Illinois is the place to be.
even some jazz and some gospel.
Oh, most definitely. It's insane. Going to school in the city is really cool because I get to learn all about like chess records and all that type of stuff. And we did like a whole section on Muddy Waters, and we're members, so we were going through like the ballot for certain things and just seeing the names on there. Like, you just don't realize how many great things came from Illinois, and it's super, super exciting to see the future of this museum.
Now, what would you say you were taking at Columbia?
It was a class called Chicago Music and Media, and so we had to really get in touch with everything Chicago has to offer and Illinois has to offer when it came to music, and just where it kind of began and all the different like streets that were important and just like all the different stuff that makes Chicago music what it is today.
Now, but you're majoring in
Music business.
the music business.
I'm all over the place.
Yeah.
I was a vocal performance major last year. We kicked around with dance. I'm all over the place. I got all the time in the world to get through college.
So besides the classic rock influences from your parents, any other genres that influence you?
Yeah, I'm a huge alternative rock fan.
Okay.
Modern rock really speaks to me. I love Paramore. I love the Greta Van Fleet, Dirty Honey, if they're a new band out of LA. But just kind of the more modern music scene as well. We kick into that, especially I looked to Paramore for some influence when writing for the band, just because Lindsay's a dynamite vocalist, just like Haley Williams is. And I feel like we have a lot of similarities in our style and our core values as far as music that's authentic and real and just rocks. So,
well, see, that's it's funny you mentioned Greta Van Fleet, because when I heard your song on the Cover Story CD and I heard you guys, that's who I thought of. I thought, here's
really?
these young kids. They're
No, thank you. We take that as a compliment.
Fleet. I mean, they're a bunch of young
four-time
guys
Grammy
too.
nominated, yeah.
Right. I mean,
guys from Michigan.
It's like, where did they come up with this music? I mean, nobody does this kind of music anymore.
No, most definitely. That is they're a huge inspiration for us. We've seen them in concert multiple times together, and then with Jonathan, the drummer, he looks like he could be in that band.
Oh yeah,
the long hair.
He could be a brother.
He would fit right in. No, we're huge concert goers. Me and Michael and Jonathan, I know, go to a lot of concerts together and stuff. And we kind of take, when we go to concerts, we don't go to a concert. It's kind of like going to a class. You take what you like from their show.
You take something out of it, right?
We take notes.
Most definitely.
We
In our
mental
phones.
notes.
We'll take
notes.
out our phones and we'll start typing in like, oh, I like when they did this, or oh, when the talking point like this, like everything down to a T. When we go out, it kind of ruins concerts sometimes.
We're bad to go to concerts with other people,
becomes
but
more like
together we
work.
love it.
Yes, no, we're pinpointing. We had the opportunity over the summer and kind of last school year to work with Hannah and Josh Walton, who were I don't know grammar, art school kids. Am I right? No, we worked with them, and they were formerly with Prince. It's Prince's keyboardist.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Producer, and then Hannah was drummer of Third Eyed Girl. Yep. And they were extremely close family friends of mine for a really long time.
Nice.
And then I brought them in and I was like, I know I worked with you guys privately before, but I just joined this band the last couple of years, and I promise you guys, these are some hardworking kids if you have time. And they came in and we just really dug into the music business side and the publishing and just everything that goes into making a show a show. It's not just where we get out of a car, unload stuff, play a show and leave. It's the merch. It's the walking out and talking to people. It's the staying after for 2 hours to talk to people and watch the next band and support other musicians. It's getting there early to support musicians. It's not just playing music. There's a lot more to it that people don't realize. And when we had the opportunity to work with them, they also helped us do chains. And it was just one of the coolest experiences because we got to work with people who toured with Prince, which is so insane.
Very cool.
No.
And so it's like getting to learn from the greats is, I think, what makes the Millennials us.
I still do that, only I do it on YouTube now instead of going to their shows. But I mean, it is.
That's because you can't stay awake.
Well, that's true.
Shows.
That's true. It's getting past my bedtime now. But you'll see something, and I'll say, "Oh, that's cool. That's cool what they did."
Most definitely.
Take a mental note of it. And
at any show, it doesn't have to be a rock show. Like we're huge Panic at the Disco fans. We go to every show when they come into town. That and like 1975 and stuff, and we'll take everything from anybody, a country show, anything. There's always something you can learn in music. You never stop learning. You never like hit the epitome, and I think that's one of the things we've learned. There's never like, oh, I've learned it all.
Until you get to Prince.
Yeah, when you're Prince, you can say you did everything.
Yeah, if you're a Prince, yeah. Of course.
You guys do any country music?
That's how I got started. I mean,
really?
that was
we put a couple in there. We like to play. I like to add Lady Antebellum because they have some sick guitar work as well.
Oh yeah,
so they've got
they're
some
a
good
great
stuff.
band, yeah,
and great harmonies. That's a country music scene I wouldn't mind diving into.
Does everybody in the band sing?
I would mostly say that Lindsay and I take the weight of singing.
We don't let Jonathan have a microphone. That's the one person. No, he's not allowed to have one. Drummer, you stay behind the drum kit.
Yeah. Drummers aren't supposed to sing.
No,
the Eagles didn't know what was going on. They really didn't. They didn't have it figured out, did they?
Now, who are some of the other people in the band? Did we get through everybody?
No, there's a lot of us.
The bass player is Sam Peters, Division I committed volleyball player. Really, it just speaks to the volumes of how these kids are diverse. We're not just musicians. We really focus in on multiple aspects of life, and when we come together, it's something special. But yeah, as Sam Peters is doing, he's our bass player, and he's a senior at Lyons Township. We also have Victor. He's our keyboard player.
Buchelato.
He's at Hinsdale Central as also a senior.
He's a genius. That's his thing. He's just beyond smart.
So a couple of the guys are still in high school.
Yeah. So we're 17 to 20 years old. Just kind of doing what we do.
Wow. Very cool.
RJ. Don't forget about RJ.
RJ.
We have
He's down
RJ
in
Guido.
Belmont with Jonathan.
Yeah, he's at Belmont with Jonathan.
Yeah, he's got the rock and roll name, RJ Guido.
Ryder Guido. Yeah, he does. The rest of us need stage
It's either
names.
that or a Mapster. I'm not sure which.
Yeah, maybe he's from Cicero originally.
He
or
has the
something.
name. Jonathan has the hair look. Michael's got some crazy pants. I'm the girl. I already stand out. I don't really have to do much.
Sam Peters is a beautiful human being, so that's all we really need.
My sister thinks so. Yeah.
We all
No,
offer
Victor,
something very
he's
different.
it's funny when we come together. Like I said, we all have like weird things about us. Like we're different. And when we get on stage, you can tell we have those differences, but we mesh really well.
Yeah,
We're a
have
weird
fun with
group.
it.
So with these guys being away at school in Nashville, you don't get together that much while they're gone to rehearse or anything.
Much,
right?
it's kind of hard, you know.
Yeah,
It's
I was
just
gonna say
you know, I was putting a point to it earlier. Like we're all dedicated students first.
Right.
That's our most important thing. Our parents have always raised us that we need to get that education, find that piece of paper, and at least set yourself up on a good life. That's what we've always thought. But
We keep in touch. We talk
do,
every
yeah.
day.
We talk all the time, and we're sending music back and forth. And when we have ideas, we'll FaceTime, we'll call, we'll send them. You know, always recording tracks, sending them to Jonathan. Jonathan, I need this drum beat. Like,
Okay.
we love.
Michael's
what
a
we do.
wizard with GarageBand.
Man, if they give out awards for GarageBand, for sure I'd be up there. But
You would. No, he just came back from a semester in Spain. So he was gone
Really?
for like 4 months ish in Spain. So I was trying to write music and I'd be like, hey, I know you're like adventuring and doing fun things, but if you remember me back home, I wrote a song. Can you put all the instruments to it on GarageBand? And like an hour later, he'd have a full song sent
Wow.
back to me. And I'm like, it's like 3 a.m. there. What? I didn't expect you to reply. He's like, well, you sent me a song, so here's your song.
yeah,
That's
she's
awesome.
like I said, she's a wizard with the lyrics. And when I was in Spain, obviously I only had a flamenco guitar that I bought for $50 on the street corner.
Really?
But when she asked for the drums and all that stuff, I
You
loved
had to leave it there then, right?
No, I brought it home.
Did you?
No, I planned to get rid of it, and then I got so attached to it. It was my escape, obviously, while I was there. But yeah, like I said, when it comes to GarageBand, I love to mess around, and that's how we write most of our stuff. The creative process really flows through the two of us, the majority of our current process.
That's very cool that you guys are students first. I mean, that's very important. I have a son right now who's getting ready to start at Aurora University.
Congratulations.
And he'll be starting to fall. And another one at a community college in Bloomington, Illinois. So it's very important to make sure that you've got your academic situation
Most
under
definitely.
control.
Not
Yeah.
everybody can live that rock star Kurt Cobain drop out of school life.
No.
As fun as it sounds.
Where'd you get your degree from, Paul?
School of Hard Knocks.
Oh, okay.
You
Just
know, they
wondering.
teach the best lessons there.
Yes. Actually, I did go to music school, but for 1 year, right around the corner from where you go. Well, it was there. I don't think it's there anymore. It's Chicago Conservatory of Music.
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah.
So,
I think they got bought out by Columbia, didn't they?
Yeah, because then it was like Tribeca or something, right? And then it
Yeah.
was
Rebecca Flashpoint, then they got.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
couldn't make up a name. They just couldn't decide. Like I said, those art school people. We're
Always
all
gotta
over
be
the
something
place.
fancy.
Always.
Alrighty, so we briefly discussed where people can find you on Facebook and on your website. What's the website?
It is band. Well, okay, I'll start with Facebook.
Okay.
Facebook is Band Millennials. You can find us just under that or the Millennials.
Okay.
Two L's, two N's.
Yes, that is a common error.
Two else. You're right.
Yes. Instagram is Band Millennials. Twitter's that. Snapchat's that. And then it's www.band.millennials. And that's.
Okay.
That's how you can find us.
That's where we can find
Yeah.
you.
We post most of our information for people on our Facebook. That's where we can find all of our events. And we'll do a launch for our summer tour on live Facebook like we do every year.
Yeah.
That's probably the best place to keep in contact with all of us. And the best way for us to get booked is to get those likes up on Facebook. I'm sure you guys know how it is.
Definitely, most definitely.
Yeah, but we still have those like Instagram and Snapchat because I mean we're still young.
Sure.
That's my thing. One
Right.
of my focuses in college is social media promotion and marketing, and so it's all of our social media is run actually really well. It's
We would say.
Yeah, no, I'm just talking the website.
Right.
Heidi, the bassist's mom, is an insane photographer and videographer. She does all our work for us, and the website's so cool. If you ever just like need to look at something, she did an awesome job, just for the heck of it. It's so cool.
Very cool. Very good. Well, thanks, guys. We appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, thanks for
We
coming
appreciate
in.
you having
Yeah,
us.
thank
It
you
was
for
really
having
cool and fun to
us.
be here.
Yes.
And we look forward to seeing you guys this summer.
Can't wait
out
to
and
be
about.
in this museum one day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully,
We need a whole floor for ourselves, though.
Yeah, so he
They're
wouldn't
working
mind
on
buying
it.
a fourth. Ron told me that I could sign something he'd put up next to the bathroom. So if that's still in the works, that'd be great.
yeah, we needed somebody to put this way.
Oh, like walk this way.
Yeah, right. Walk
There you
this
go.
way.
There we go. Boom.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So that was the Millennials. That was Mike and Lindsay, and like I said, there's some young talent right there.
I'm telling you, boy, they really know what they're doing and where they're going and what they want. I mean, they're focusing on their schoolwork. I mean, they said they want to make sure they get an education because,
Well, that's important.
yeah, you never know. I mean, music may or may not happen. You just never know. But
Look at us.
exactly. We're podcasting.
We're podcasting.
You know.
Yes.
So, and we're not going to become millionaires, but that's okay.
No.
That's okay because we love bringing you these podcasts every week.
Because we didn't go to college.
That's right. Well, I did.
Oh, did you?
I did.
Yeah.
I got degrees, man.
What do you?
I got degrees. Yeah, and I can't do anything with them, but I got degrees. So, but yeah, it was great talking to them, and they got some great music. They got a big summer planned, a lot of festivals, a lot of shows coming up. Make sure you guys check out their social media stuff and see where they're going to be playing, and get out and see them.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's we'll find out about your degree some other time.
Okay, well,
That's it.
I'll take I'm not talking about the deodorant.
It's
not- it's not the
I have
deodorant.
degrees too.
Yeah, then you got degrees
I have
too.
X.
That's
I have
right.
X.
That's right. I got an X. I got 3 of them at home.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You mean a guitar?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know, I've got a Les Paul and I've got a Martin. So I guess I've got my own Paul Martin.
Yes, you do.
I do have my own
I
Paul Martin.
thought of that.
So, alrighty. Well, that was great
great.
talking to the Millennials. And I thought it was great.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, my mind's always working.
It's scary now.
It's working.
I'm afraid of you
it's
now.
churning.
I'm afraid of you now.
Well, I didn't want to throw the SG in there. I wouldn't know what to do with that one.
Okay. All right. Well, that's it for today's episode, and we'll see you guys next week.
Next week or the week after or every week. Hopefully we'll be bringing these to you every single week. And just remember, check out the Illinois Rock and Roll Museum on Route 66. Check out their website, their Facebook page, and check out the Road to Rock Radio.net, where they feature us every Monday at 6 o'clock. They feature one of our older podcasts. So check them out on that on Road to Radio.net.
Road to Rock.
Road to Rock Radio.net.
There you
And thanks again to the Illinois Rock and Roll Museum for providing this beautiful studio for us to bring you these podcasts every week.
I think it's roadtorock.org.
I think, no, roadtorock.org is the museum site. Roadtorock.radio.net is the radio station, the internet radio station, playing nothing but Illinois music.
What do I know?
So don't get rid of your Sirius, get rid of your terrestrial-based radios, and listen to roadtorockradio.net.
Okay, I'm doing it right now.
There you go. See, you're already enjoying it. I can tell.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thanks. See you next week.